All right, guys, so the Cybertruck delivery event wrapped up this afternoon. And of course, you know, I had to give out my first impressions and wanted to give you guys a video. So we're going to discuss a lot of things came out of today. We got some more information on the price, the utility aspects of the vehicle, you know, some of the different configurations. We know now that a rear-wheel drive configuration is staying. There's a lot of information going around that the single motor probably would be gone and it would just be the tri-motor and dual motor, but apparently single motor is going to exist. All right, so I'm going to give you guys my initial thoughts of the delivery event, as well as we're just going to go through the specs and see what was newly announced this afternoon. So let's get started. All right, guys, so my initial thoughts of the delivery event is I honestly wish it was a little bit more. I wish it was a little more content, but you know, it's pretty much a lot of the same stuff that Elon mentioned almost 4 years ago when he initially unveiled the Cybertruck. Some good information disclosed in there. So first and foremost, I thought it was cool. I mean, you know, I thought the setup was cool. I liked that he was able to deliver. I think it probably was about more than 10, maybe 15 or so Cybertrucks were delivered at the event, which is great. You know, we knew it was going to be between 10 and 20 based on some of the rumors that were going around. So it's good to see some of the initial customers getting deliveries and seeing like the actual production ready cars and people were driving off. So that was always great to see. I did hear that it was raining at the end of the event, which is kind of funny because, you know, it's Texas. You kind of understand that sometimes it rains. Unlike, you know, in California, it rarely rains here. So I'm sure that's something new for them to kind of go through as far as these new product releases. But overall, I thought the event went pretty well. I thought it could have been a little bit more information disclosed, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But, you know, even at the event, prices as well as specs and things of that nature were kind of kept under a curtain. And they were actually unveiled on the website and on X and stuff and outlets later on. So it's kind of a little different. You would have thought that we would have talked about, you know, the price as well as, you know, what is the actual capacity of the battery. I think they wanted to stick to the range. They didn't even talk about range at all at the event. And like, you know, how many outlets it has and all that stuff. I think they just wanted to give you guys give everyone just the basics of what it can do. And let you just find out all the stuff for itself. I mean, we didn't go through the UI or anything during the presentation or anything like that. So I guess whoever's there test driving and stuff, I'm sure there'll be a lot of videos on the UI. But yeah, it seems like there's just a lot of undisclosed things that they wanted us to discover later on. So, you know, it's not crazy, but it's just something I didn't expect. So, you know, first thing I want to talk about, I got my iPad here to go over some of the things, but prices. So let's shoot to the website real quick. So I recommend going to the website. Like I said on my previous video, if you're even, you know, thinking about getting a Cybertruck, now that all the information is pretty much out there on the website, please go to the Tesla website. Actually, the Cybertruck is on the homepage. So if you scroll down about, you know, through all the other cars, it's the last car at the bottom of the page before you get to solar and some other things. So click on that. It's going to give you a lot more information. But we finally got the prices of the particular vehicles. So, you know, you have to go to the order now page, which has been revamped. Now you can order, but it's $250 as opposed to $100 for your reservation. But price wise, we have the rear-wheel drive that's starting at $49,890. We have the all-wheel drive version starting at $68,890. And we have the Cyber Beast, which is a tri-motor variant, starting at $96,390. And it appears these prices actually have been adjusted even from this morning. It's kind of funny because if you go to the website, it says estimated of these prices, and it seems like they're changing these prices on the fly. Like these are not set in stone. Earlier today, specifically, the Cyber Beast said 99, like 890 or 99, 990 or something like that, and it went down like $3,000. So something's going on with prices. I think they're still kind of evaluating the price structure. All of them have adjusted, I believe. Oh, the rear drive prices have dropped to 49. So those were actually, it was 60 grand earlier this afternoon. So yeah, this is new information. I'm learning this on the fly, which is crazy. So rear drive is going to be available in 2025. Let's see if that even happens. It may not happen. You know, Tesla has been known to have variants that's going to come out and then they, you know, out of nowhere just drop it and say, we'll give you a refund, or you can reserve the other model that we still currently, you know, allow you to buy. So keep that in mind. If it's 2025, I assume they're going to bring it out since they're still talking about it even 4 years later. but there is a possibility that they may scrap the whole thing and just stick with the tri-motor, dual motor. I bet you that at least those two variants are going to be better for the bottom line anyway, financially. So, keep that in mind. 6.5 seconds, 0 to 60, not too shabby, but it is a truck. It's kind of normal, what you expect. 250 miles of range, pretty good, not too bad. Like I said, available in 2025. All-wheel drive variant, delivery in 2024, so next year. 340 miles with the option of an extended range battery. We'll talk about that later. 4.1 seconds, 0 to 60. 112 miles per hour top speed. I believe that's for the standard rear drive as well. We have a 600 horsepower, 11,000 pounds towing capacity, which is for the Cyber Beast or the tri-motor version as well, and 77,435 pound-feet of torque. So a lot of torque, pretty much. Next, we go to the Cyber Beast, which is now listing at 96,390. Delivery 2024. I expect the Cyber Beast variant will come out first. Maybe really close to the dual motor variant because they're probably roughly about the same motor structure and things of that nature. They may be using the same motors with the Cyber Beast motor being unlocked. Who knows? Well, actually, no, it's tri-motor, so it has an extra motor. So usually they start out with the most expensive version. So expect that to be the first one available, and then soon after the dual motor. So 320 miles of range with the option of extended battery. 2.60 to 60. So this is faster than even the long range Model S, Model 3 Y performance. Pretty sick how fast it is. Faster than any truck out there. Faster than the Rivian of 3.0 or 3.1 seconds, 0 to 60 with the quad motor. Faster than the Hummer 3.0, faster than Ford. So fastest truck that I know of is actually faster than the Model X. I think it's really, the Model X Plaid I think is 2.6. So it's, if not better, it's right on the same line as the Model X, which is crazy to me. 130 miles per hour top speed, 845 horsepower, 11,000 pound towing capacity, slightly lower torque. So like I said, $250 to reserve starting today, and it is fully refundable. So if you need to get that money back, you can get it back. I put down $100, but that was probably 2 or 3 years ago. So whatever, it's $100. I'm not gonna go crazy if I can't get it back. But if I decide not to get it, I'm definitely gonna try to get it. But if I decide not to get in the end, I'll definitely try to get my refund back. So next thing I want to talk about now, that price, Toughness. So they had a video of things that they were showing at the event, that it was impossible, almost impossible for the truck to actually flip over, which is cool. They showed Franz, chief designer, throwing a baseball, which on the website it says that you can throw it or throw a baseball 70 miles per hour without the glass shattering or anything like that. They also showed, the Tommy gun, which we've seen, videos and things about that. The stainless steel exoskeleton is bulletproof, or to the point where it won't actually get into the cabin. It will leave marks on the stainless steel, but the bullet itself will not penetrate into the interior of the cabin. They also showed Joe Rogan shoot his arrow, couldn't penetrate it as well, which is, pretty cool. So yeah, Toughness is definitely a tough truck. They showed it going through all the crash tests, and pretty much the thing was almost like, it was great. Even if you do a forward collision, it smashed pretty much the front, but it didn't even reach really the interior when they showed that video, which is awesome. And pretty much if you hit any other car, a car side swipes you or something, the other car is probably gonna be damaged way more than the Cybertruck. So that is pretty cool. So Toughness, I think it's got the toughness. Utility, they showed a few other things as far as utility goes. We know now that the bed itself is 6 feet in length, 4 feet in width. So decent size, with the tailgate down, you can still, get a motorcycle, things of that nature inside the bed. Seems like it's got a decent amount of space. Not as big as a Ford F-150, I believe, but it's bigger than a Rivian, so it's kind of a little bit in the middle. Still a good sized bed for what you can do with it, especially for a lot of people that I expect that aren't really used to trucks or really don't even need a truck. They're just getting it because it's Tesla and it's cool. So I think it's going to be well enough storage capacity for just the average person that's purchasing this truck. So yeah, and it also has a cover at in the bed itself, kind of like similar to the different cars where you have the under kind of cover in the trunk, that kind of leaves some additional space that's available there. So yeah, you have the front. It's not really as big as the Ford or the Rivian as far as size go, but you do have a front And you have some power outlets throughout the cabin as well as in the bed of the truck. A 240 volt outlet specifically and a 120 volt outlet. Didn't get the number of how many there are, but I'm sure those will come up in some of the videos. So you can use those to charge your equipment, your tools. You can charge other Teslas or other electric cars with a 240 volt outlet. So it's going to be great. You also could do vehicle, like I said, the VTV or vehicle to share functionality with another car to power them as well as power your house. For up to 3 days, I think they said. So that's going to be cool. It has a lot of utility. I am curious to see how many outlets are actually on the vehicle itself. So, should be good. I think it has a lot of utility going for it. They showed it in a toughness test, pulling, a sled on the dirt or whatever. I can't remember exactly what that actually is called. If y'all know, put it in the comment. I knew it, but it's escaping my mind right now. But pretty much thing could tow like crazy. 11,000 pounds it could tow. I believe it's 6,800 pounds as far as weight goes, roughly. That's an estimate. So it's a heavy truck, but it has a really good towing capacity. I believe it was 45 pounds payload. So, it's a good truck as far as, you can do some work with this truck. I think utility wise, I think they hit it out the park. I think it's going to be a good truck. It has enough space to put some bikes and, put some racks and stuff in there and do what you need to do. So I think for the average person, you needing a truck, I think you're gonna be great going to Home Depot, getting your tools and things like that. Should be great to utilize for this truck. So the range extender, I want to talk about this. So I think, originally when this was announced, it said it would have up to 500 miles of range. Of course, Tesla was not able to achieve this because I know the range extender was not something they really envisioned to do. I know Elon did not envision them having a range extender, but what it is pretty much another battery pack that will sit inside the bed of the Cybertruck. So it pretty much gives you an additional 140 miles of range. We don't know the weight of that, how much exactly the capacity is, if it's going to be able to pull in and out, if it's easy to take out. He said specifically on X that it was only for, when you need to go long distance or you're towing and things of that nature, but it is optional and you can remove it if necessary. So we don't know how that's going to attach to the battery, if this is a simple plug or whatever, or do Tesla need to plug it? You got to take it to the shop. We don't know how that's going to do. So I'm sure more information on that will come out. But with that range extender, that pretty much gives the dual motor variant up to 470 miles of range and gives the tri-motor variant up to 450 miles of range, if I'm not mistaken. It did not show that the range extender is available for the rear-wheel drive variant, so keep that in mind if you need that range. I think the dual motor is going to be the best variant to get, or a spec, just because it has that range. If you need to get the extender, it has the most range, and it's still 4.1 seconds 0 to 60. Still got that torque and still got that performance. So I think it's going to be great. Air suspension, all that stuff is pretty much standard. So only thing you're missing is beast mode, which is the 0 to 60 of 2.6 seconds. Other than that, it's still the same truck. So I think the dual motor is going to be the one to get for most people's needs. Other than that, accessories. So we're going to go through accessories real quick, but Tesla, they didn't talk about these accessories pretty much at the actual event, but they did talk about it outside of the presentation. So there was a Cybertruck hooked up outside with the camp, with the tent or camp tent that was already attached to it. So they did update the Tesla store with different wraps. So you do have an option for the tent, which I believe it was about roughly $2,500 or $2,600, which is cool if you're going camping and things like that. Seems like the actual portion that you will sleep on is a little bit above the bed, so it still leaves a little bit of storage capacity underneath the tent, which is great. When I saw it initially, I thought it was going to be inside the bed and kind of a mattress and cover the bed, but at least you have that capacity under there. You also can, wrap the car in satin black, as well as white, as well as just clear satin PPF, which makes the silver kind of, pop a little bit more. So you have those options so you have 3 wrap pretty much options there. They have a rack that you can use to, pull in your motorcycle or dirt bike, anything like that. So you have that kind of rack that will, extend from the bed to the ground, and you can use that. If I got one, I would definitely, get that because I plan on getting a motorcycle in the future. And then, just some storage things. They have weather mats, things of that nature. But yeah, definitely go and see what those what those all the accessories are, because they are gonna, you know, they have a lot right now that's open. Of course, they have the bike racks and, you know, things of that nature. So it's cool that they thought about these things and they have the accessories ready to go now that deliveries have done. So so yeah, initial thoughts, I mean, I think the prices are higher, but it seems like they're still estimating and going through the prices, changing those up. The only thing that I was kind of down on was the miles. I do wish that they really hit the mileage on the vehicle of 500 or 400 without the extender. It kind of was a bummer that they only could get to the 300, 320 miles. So that kind of shows that the 4680 battery cells aren't where they need to be yet as far as the capacity goes. So, and you know, maybe they don't have enough of the Cybertruck variant batteries. We don't know. It's a lot of information we still don't know, but at least they do have the option for the extender. So that allows people that need that extra range to pay up for it. We don't know what the extender price is going to be yet either. So keep that in mind. It may be 15,000, 16,000, who knows? I think I saw a rumor of 16,000 on there. So keep that in mind. If you need that extra storage, you're going to pay up for it. Well, not storage, but battery capacity and range. But yeah, other than that, I just wanted to get this video out for you guys. I think it's great. The prices are what I expected. I didn't expect anything over 100, but I also expected it to be very competitive to the Rivian and the Ford Lightning that's out right now. The Hummer is pretty much on its own with over 100K. I think that's for a specific subset of people that really just like Hummer and GM, but I think the Cybertruck is really good as far as competition between Rivian and Tesla. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I think I'm going to keep my pre-order. I'm excited for it. I'm glad that they have the wraps available and all those accessories. I really would definitely get the camp tent and the bike rack, you know, everything. Like I would pretty much get a lot of accessories for this vehicle. So I'm really pumped for it. I just wanted to get this video out and give you guys my thoughts on this and all the new information that came out as far as the price as well. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys, you know, are you bummed about anything? Did it meet your expectations? Are you thinking about getting a Cybertruck? You know, is there anything that you think they could have done better? Let me know. And I'm looking forward to some of the other videos that's going to come out from the event itself. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching my videos. And until the next time, enjoy your vehicles, and I will talk to you later. Peace.